Hello everybody and welcome to my little mechanoid. We're going to play some Mechanitor here, and I have prepared a little bit of something that's going to be fun. So we're playing here in a biome that's called Mechanoid Intrusion. It's part of the Alpha Biomes mod pack. And in the description box, you will find the entire list of mods as soon as I'm done with expanding my mod list. 1.4 has been around just for a couple of days, and many of my mods that I usually use aren't updated yet. So as soon as the list is complete, I'll update it as well. So we got a computer. Meet Freckles. She's the character I rolled up. She's going to be our Mechanitor. I've went for a really good shooter, some average construction skills, no cooking. Well, there's NutriPaste where we go. She's pretty decent with plants, animals, crafting, pretty much a little bit of everything. And that's exactly what we're going to need. The biome you see there is a pretty barren one. There's no soil fertility anywhere, but there's steel. Steel, steel, steel. There's steel everywhere on this biome, and that's why I found it a fun place to play a Mechanitor at. It also features a big lake in the center, which I found absolutely cool, because let's see, can we put down fishing here? I haven't installed the fishing mod, haven't I? Well, later down the road, probably. Choo-hoo! Hi there! I appreciate that. It's making me very happy to hear that. I like doing tutorials, and as a matter of fact, I really do put in a lot of thought in how to structure them, and it's always really cool to see that people are noticing it too and appreciating it, so have a good one. Yeah, I wanted to play the Mechanitor too, because Mechanitor is a lot of fun. So first off, let's fetch up some place to live at for Freckles. She got herself some minions to do her bidding already, but we are now at the very rough beginning phase where things are just very ibbity-uppity, but that's normal. So we're going to go on here. Oh, there's a slurrypede on that map. Nice. So the slurrypede is very appealing insofar that it is a source of free food. So our Mechanitor starts with a constructoid and a lifter. Like the names imply, they construct and they lift. Is this a new biome from a mod? Yes, it is. It's from the Alpha Biomes mod. It's one of my favorite ones, especially when I want to go for scenarios like these. To counteract the fact that I don't have any arable soil here, I run the planter boxes from the farming mod from Vanilla Expanded. I know it's a workaround, and normally the challenge would be the total absence of any food in here, but I don't want to play an extreme survival challenge run this time, so I went for that. Any concern you won't have enough wood for your fuel needs? Not at all, because you can chop a little bit of wood out of these, if I remember correctly, these sessile mechanoid trees do have a little bit of wood in them. And the other thing, let's try that, is that wood is something that you can buy from traders every now and then. And therefore, wherever wood is needed, we can harvest it this way. But let's see how this goes down, because I vaguely remember that sessile mechanoid trees had a very low amount of wood there. So you have a sparse amount of wood on that biome, but a very low one, because as far as I remember, you cannot replant these trees either, but don't take my word for that. It's been a while since I've been here the last time. It's one of my favorite biomes to play in, to be quite honest, and that's because of its very alien nature, without putting up too many weird game rules like many of the other alpha biomes do. Here, the weirdest thing that happens is the fact that you are very limited in your food production. So let's not forget about the columns. And another thing we require here is we need to put up a wind turbine ASAP. Some subsurface conduit. Some regular power conduit. Let's bring up a research bench. Also very, very important. We're going to make that one entirely out of steel. And the cool thing about the Mechanitor background is you start with battery tech already discovered. And this makes your start a lot easier. There we go. Ah, no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop. Wrong. Wrong spots. And a quick thing in between. If you missed this stream and you want to catch these streams live, just check out the description box. There is a link to Twitter and Discord where I announce all my streams, or you just subscribe and do the bell thing, so YouTube can do that for you. Besides that, there is also a link to the playlist below. So right now this is episode 1, of course, but if you want to hook on the playlist with the other episodes, that's the link to click. And there's also links to Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee. Those are the support links that you could go for if you'd like to support me, and I'd be really delighted if you check them out. Big thanks to all the supporters who are already making the dream work. Thanks. Alright, enough of the ads. Let's keep gaming. Sorry about that, it's a necessary evil. So we're going to work on that wind turbine next, because I want power ASAP. And the planter boxes we're going to fill with rice, I thought, but is that possible? Oh no, I'm just blind. Okay, cool stuff. So growing and plant working is going to be Freckles' top-notch priority work now, simply because I really, really need to get these things done manually. It's her machines are not able to do that for her. Not yet, that is. Well, one good piece of news, Aikachi, is that the boot up time with mods has been massively modified, so you don't need that long anymore. It really is a lot better than before. So our little constructoid is working day and night. The downside about these dudes is they have a pretty low work speed. So where was it? I saw somewhere that they have only a reduced work speed. Where was that? Work activities, work skill here. Global work speed 52%. Construction speed only 26%. So that really sucks. You know, they are a lot slower than a human, but they are, as you see there, on the other hand, never sleeping. So all comes with its ups and downs, you know. But they also come with a construction skill of 10, so they are capable of building virtually anything. That's the very, very good side about all that. So, but for the start, I let Freckles work on the construction jobs as well, because I really have a bad feeling otherwise. We cannot upgrade the existing ones at a certain point anymore. You have to build new ones. They stay as they are. But there are a couple of buildings that allow you to increase the performance of your mechs, yes. That's a thing. So, but the low tier mechs will always stay low tier mechs, and it'll always show. So first things first, we really got to build ourselves a let's wait a sec there. I need a smelter. Crap, have I already maneuvered myself out? That would suck. Smelter needs a lot of steel, and I think I just misplayed a bit, but fret not. There's compacted steel on the map. So, luckily Freckles is also a quite okay miner. A low drone. And we come also with a masterwork pistol. Pretty cool. It's very powerful to begin with. Okay. Our little robots are working and working and working. I love it. Seriously, dude. Alright. That's an interesting suggestion. Thank you, man. That's so interesting that I had to think about it, what exactly you're meaning there. Going to, I don't know what I'm exactly going to make out of it, but appreciate that. It's actually a very smart way of playing the algorithm that you're proposing there. And when it comes down to playing the algorithm, I can use all the help that I can get. The algorithm is a harsh mistress. Oh, come on, Freckles. We need that thing. Oh, no, you now don't. Are you kidding me? You ran out of steel? Grr. Dang it. Oh, I need to do something for the recreation. It's time for the sacred horseshoe pin. The sacred horseshoe pin of bliss. There we go. Yeah, let's leave that to the constructoid. Alright, finally. Let's bring up our basic bill for smelters. It's basically just looking for slag in the vicinity here and converting that. So, there we go. Can't wait for the stackable chunks mod to be a thing again. Really miss that. Okay, so Freckles can now change her schedule a little bit. So what up next? We're going to need more stuff here in our den, but I also need... Let's work on the power next, because I know one thing, mechanoids need stupid amounts of power. And we're going to set one mech recharger bench there too. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the storyteller. We're playing Randy. I'm rocking some Randy today. Randy Blood and Dust is the storyteller behind this whole madness. Here's the lovely synergy between the Mechanitor and his minions. Freckles is providing the steel, whereas the mechanoids are building. And the lifter lifts new stuff. They're really working well hand in hand. And we'll be getting there to gestate new mechanoids in no time. But first, I want to take care of the basic needs. Let's make sure we got everything we need. So I'll actually go for the Nutri-Paste dispenser for real this time. Simple reason behind that, she's a horrible cook. And I think that it's a very, very fitting thing for this run to go Nutri-Paste, you know. When, if not here, and with this character, it is in West. Well, Songs of Six is great if you are more in the mood for a real city builder. This game can't beat a proper city builder. Nah. So, here into the hopper goes, on a critical importance, potatoes and rice. There we go. So this hopefully will get our food situation under control. Oh, I forgot that this thing is not movable, so... Okay, this is going to be our freezer in the future. Well, Randy is not necessarily hotter than Cassandra. From my own experiences, Randy is often so, wild in the pacing that I found it also often easier. Because there's a thing, if 3 raids spawn in an extremely short succession of time, sometimes that happens with Randy, they start fighting each other. And this extreme randomness of events, somehow it counters out one another quite often, if that makes sense. And that doesn't happen with Cassandra as often. So Cassandra runs are, how to put it, the catastrophes always hit harder on Cassandra runs, whereas with Randy, sometimes you just get saved by weird wackinesses of the storyteller. Imagine you've been raided by some dudes in heavy armor, but then imagine some wild boomalopes came by, and then imagine some mechanoids joined the party as well. And that's how these things come together. That's why I personally feel like Randy is not as hard to fight, hard to play as other storytellers, weirdly enough. Alright, Fausto, the medic of the poison army. So, immediate attackers. That's just my cup of tea. I hope Freckles will land a good blow on him. So what's the matter with this dude? Ugly, neurotic, great memory. Stats suck. Psyche dependency. Well, okay. Whoa, that's wicked. So this dude's totally ignoring Freckles. Good for me, I guess. Alright. Sucks to be you, man. So... oh yeah, a crematorium will be quite hard to be built here, too. Can I destroy corpses here, too? Sadly, no. Huh. Interesting problematic. I haven't seen that one coming. So, stone blocks will be our most precious good, so to say. Because I don't see any other options of getting rid of bodies. So, next thing then, we're going to set up an area where we are going to drop and dump our fallen enemies. So, critical place for stranger human-like corpses. But seriously, only stranger corpses that are either rotten or fresh. Thank you. That should do the deal. Torching the stuff is always a good solution. Straight so. But dumping it into the water here is also pretty good, because you get the you get the deterioration out of 3 sources now. Shallow water is a deterioration reason too. It's one of my preferred ways of doing that. Okay, so let's see. What up next? I got the NutriPaste dispenser. As soon as the stuff here is done, we should have food whenever we need it. Great. What else? So, biotech-wise, a subcore encoder. Well, I don't really need that because I already got some subcodes. What I'd be needing... what's a pollution pump? Can't remember that I saw that the last time I checked, but I probably also just overlooked it. Anyways, this doesn't really resolve the problem, it just puts it somewhere else. So I'm going to build me a mech gestator here, you know, whatever a proper mechanitor should have in his bedroom, you know. It's a crib of sorts. Hey Nazarek, welcome. My pleasure. Happy to hear that you like this, the stuff I play as well. Alright, these constructoids are so awesome. I love them. Sure, they are a lot slower than than your own character, but nevertheless, it keeps the hands of my Mechanitor free. So I'm going to craft myself a couple of Minotaurs now, so we get ourselves some military there next. Alright, power of my mechs is going down, but that's not a real bummer either. So, what's really important here is that we're going to bring up a stockpile zone. One fun thing about this biome is that pollution won't bother us too much, because the fact here is there is no fertility to begin with in this biome. It has 0 fertility on the entire map. Check this out. You see that? That's my own structures that I built, but everything else is completely sterilized here. So that means this area is perfect to just dump your pollution on the floor and ignore it. There's only one thing you have to take care of. When you move above polluted ground, you build up, you get toxic buildup, which is ultimately lethal, so really important. Raids are great, lots of delicious food, you name it. Alright, we got a gestator now up and running. Let's build ourselves, let's see. Do I want one acre hand? Yes, I do. I want an acre hand first, or? No, actually not. Now that I think more closely about it, I want the Minotaur first. I got so much food here available. I can delay the acre hand. The thing here is we have a gestation of 2.2 days in front of us, so it'll take a while until this thing has been built anyway in the first place. So. Little constructoid is on the sapping bench. So, speaking about sapping bench, I want to set up a second one. The whole Mechanitor business is so steel hungry. It's amazing. So. Let's get ourselves some furniture here. Okay. Recharging these suckers takes a long time. They only recharge 50% of their total battery in one day. I sincerely hope that this will get a rebalancing sooner or later. I don't know. Maybe I'm too pushy, but for me it feels like pretty crappy. Don't know. So my little lifter dude is feeling out of work. Let's give him some. So here, that slack chunk order can be expanded a bit. So we're going to expand that zone here too. Just like that. Good. I want to take care that this doesn't blow up in any way. But we are needing a lot of steel in this place, so won't hurt to set that up right away. Oh, look at them recharge their batteries. It's just, I'm so hot disagreeing with the recharge time out of one simple reason. As it is right now, you need basically a power bank for every mechanoid. And that seems a little bit like overkill. Considering the sheer amount of mechanoids that I can control at some point, I do see that this might be a balancing mechanism of sorts, sure. But at the same time, it feels like it blows a little bit over the top. It does its job a little bit too good, it feels like. My Minotaur, for example, I will let him sleep like 90% of the time and only wake him up when there's an enemy abroad, because this way they won't be wasting power. Okay. She's finally eating at her table. Isn't that awesome? Decent, civilized behavior. Alright, the amount of steel in my possession is pretty crazy for early game. Okay. So, the first Minotaur will hatch in a couple of hours. Brilliant. Now then, I'm going to set myself up a high-tech research bench right away. Simply because I can. This background starts with the necessary tech, and I find it a great thing to do that. So my Minotaur is ready. Come on, Freckles, get him out of his prison. So the Minotaurs go into control group 2, and he's sitting in dormant self-charge. He's going to recharge 1% of his battery per day. And I'll be able to just switch him on whenever I need to. This is for me my favorite way of dealing with these. We're going to make ourselves another one of the Agrahans first, because I feel like that's pretty important too. Starting the gestation process as quick as possible, because it takes now again 2.2 days until the next dude hatches. So the toxic waste, by the way, we could also just freeze it instead of just do what I'm doing here. That would be definitely also an option, but whatever. Right now, I'm still whatevering this, and don't worry too much about that. In the later stages, I haven't fully decided yet whether I'm pissing off the neighborhood by just dumping toxic waste packs at their doorstep, or, you know, still figuring out my way of dealing with my waste. So, let's put up a couple of steel columns in there to make sure that there's going to be no collapsing roof. Oh, a transport pod crash. My little recluse is going to be not too happy about company. And, well, this dude is from the enemy faction. We're going to let him rot there. Seriously. Ain't no reason to save these people, and since I'm rocking a recluse background, I can even have... it's even roleplay-wise easily answerable. Freckles doesn't want anybody around her, especially no bad guys. Come on. Why should you invite the bad guys in the first place? So this here is going to be the freezer. This here is going to be the regular storage area. That's why I'm building another hole. Man, these construction robots are so much fun. Gotta say. Oh yeah, and there's another thing, auto repair. I don't see any good reason not to have my robots all on auto repair, because, you know, why shouldn't I? If they are damaged, I don't want to have them damaged, so... Visitors, alright. What is really important to be researched first? So, hydroponics would be really useful in the first place, because this way I could fetch myself food more easily. Xenogenetics is pretty appealing to me too, because I somehow feel like that just goes well hand in hand here. That whole that trope and the other one. But I think I'll choose you, solar panel, because you know, we need power. We need a lot of it. And oh, this wind wall. Oh, crap. Whoopsie, I'm sorry. Of course, we're going to reset that. Or replace that, I should rather say. Just wondering why the hell that thing wasn't working anymore. Good explanation. Whatever. Going to be okay in a minute. And it's not as if we're totally out of power here. Quite the opposite is the case. Hey, medicine! Thank you, folks. Always appreciate some medicine. Alright, there we go. It's as if they are actively avoiding deconstructing that wall. Now they're finally added. Alright. Things behaving now again. Great. So let's put research on second high priority. By the way, all the Mechanitor jobs are summarized as smithing. It's all smithing when it comes down to the game. Alright, so next things, we require a decent temperature control in here. And we obviously need to relocate the smelter because, you know, it's a quite shitty idea to smelter when in the same room where you want to reduce the temperature. These things produce heat. Okay. So the room is relatively large, so I think we're going to require all the three thingies there. Oh, the Acre hand is done. So let's slap out the Minotaur right away. Oh, cannot because I'm lacking steel. No. Well, at least the lack of steel can be easily mitigated. Alright. Let's put up the next Minotaur. There we go. Very, very important for me. They are, after all, my little army that's going to keep me safe here. So, meanwhile, let's look for a couple of fully grown mechanoid trees, which my little robot can chop down. And it's about time that we start taming the slurrypede. The slurrypede is the venerated animal of my God Emperor religion. Did you know that Freckles loves to get herself treated as a God Empress? Now you know. It's just her thing. Can you use remove floor to those pipes to get steel? You mean that one? No. This is actually a practically the soft sand of the mechanoid intrusion biome. This is where you cannot even build floors on. Pretty sucky stuff. Alright, so let's see. Does this room finally get cold enough or not? Doesn't look too well. But I'm absolutely not too surprised about that either, because this is a damn large room. So we're just going to slap on another one. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I can afford. That's one of the beautiful things about the mechanoid intrusion biome. You can't just follow your own madness there fully. So borrows cache of supplies. No thanks. I'm not that much of a person leaving my home too often. Freckles is a homebody. Alright, we're going to put up a fifth one. And now we're going to amp up our power production another time. Because obviously it's not kicking it anymore. Battery's running low. You know, all those freezers or coolers, they need to be fed with power after all. But that's okay. Alright, so one of the first things that I want to research after I have the solar panels down is going to be the fabrication tech. It's a pretty long way down the road, I know that, but at the same time it is pretty cool. Cannot tame Floripede, no food. So what does a Floripede eat? Vegetables. Alright. So... But there is rice there, my dear. Why do you tell me you can't eat it? The Floripede can eat it. Alright, so obviously this is a pretty crappy situation to be in because that thing is, as you see there, eating my crops. Let's see what we're going to do there. So usually it helps to just harvest that stuff. Meats salvation. Huh. You wish. And now we should be able to use the potatoes. I guess that the game didn't want to use me, didn't want to let me use the rice there because it's already in the hopper. Yay, the Minotaur's ready. So here's the same thing. Goes into control group 2. And these guys are just chilling, you know. Chilling all day. We're going to make another one of these dudes. They only got a short-range shotgun, but that's pretty effective after all, you know? And you see, now we're taming that thing. And a Floripede is amazing. It's one of my favorite animals to have in this environment. They produce, what's it called again? They produce NutriPaste meals. Disgusting NutriPaste meals. And that's pretty cool because you have an animal that can get you through this biome quite well. I like to have that. And they fit into the picture here quite well. It's also one of a few pieces of wildlife that's constantly migrating in and out of this biome. That and rats. Yeah. Rats are the other regular inhabitants of this area, and the critter is eating the rice right away again. Get away from my rice plants, you stupid. Here we go. It's also a reason why I want to tame that thing. I don't like it eating my crops here the whole time. And once I have tamed it, I can tell it where it's allowed to move and where it's not allowed to move, so... Important things. Alright, cool stuff. Come on. Dang it. 30% ain't bad. It's pretty annoying, though, to have some large parts of your harvest being eaten just like that. It's been quite some work to get that done, you know? Alright, just expanding my planter boxes a little bit more, because I personally feel, and long-term viewers of my RimWorld stuff know what I like to say, there's no such thing as too much food. Just, no, there's not. Alright, so let's see, do we already have produced some pollution? Okay, pollution. Here, not yet. Bumble drone migration. Alright. Bumble drone time. It's just 2 of them. Ah, she's already trying to tame the slurry. Come on. Too bad. I really want that, as you obviously notice. Yay! My next Mechanitor. Oh. Let's see. I do have 1 more core, so we're going to make ourselves a 4th Mechanitor. I then have 4 dudes with short-range shotguns at my disposal. I find that a pretty good bet against whatever is up against me there. Okay, beautiful. Next step, power supply. To give this little warehouse here some lighting too. More visitors from Shui. I love that name of this place. So if that's the case, we're going to do something crazy here. So wiki. You know, if we have people from Shui around the corner, I might as well do this. This is the safest way of doing this, so. Stupid bumble drone. Stupid bumble drone mama. Okay, these things are way less aggressive than I thought. Okay, well, dudes, then good night. Never mind. I thought I'd be able to do something to that thing, but maybe we should do that during daytime too. Always love to use the presence of my visitors, you know. Alrighty. Let's give that another try. Ah, okay. Shuians are already living. Okay. Oh no, I don't have food for my slurry to tame it, but what? What about those potatoes? No food. Okay, but that is obviously vegetable. That's a bit weird. But I think the slurry is, yeah, it's already incoming. It's a very, very hungry slurry, and as soon as the rice there is ready, it'll come. So I really have to harvest that stuff as soon as it's harvestable. Alright. Let's give that another try. Because, you know, I got Mechaniors that I can't wake up if anything goes bad. And a masterwork pistol is nothing to spit at, you know. So, yeah. Oh, cool. We can actually, we can actually take it down there. Let's use our Mechaniors for the first time. You see, they have to move inside the radius of the Mechanitor. Yeah, but this way, short range, they work out pretty decently. I just noticed that I don't even have a butcher table yet. Whoopsie. Let's change that. Butcher table is one of the few things that actually requires you to have wood. Hey, El Azel, welcome. Happy to see you, man. Alright. We get some yummy Bumble Drone Queen. Yum, yum. So, do I have any plan for this one? No, I don't. But under these circumstances, a flat-out butcher forever order doesn't work out decently well. Because there's not much complexity here. There's not going to be too many bodies around that we can't butcher in the first place, so that's never going to be much of a head-scratcher. Alright. And since we're transforming everything into nutrient paste in the first place, it doesn't matter. Oh, come on, no. How can a 30% chance fail so often in a row? I tell you why. The percentile chance system of RimWorld is quite crappy, if you ask me. So, what did we reveal there? Show me what you found. Oh, wow. Alright, Mechanitor is ready. Number 4. Yeah, well, I already have created my little army here. We have 1 farmer, we have 1 constructor, and we have 1 holder, and 4 fighters. So... oh boy, that dude has a bolt action rifle. And he wants. So... let's get our dudes here around the corner. That's one of the best spots to be at. Alright, Freckles. It's time to rock. Might be that the enemy's taking the southern road, though. I feel like that's what's happening there. Yep. Alright. So, it's really important with an enemy that has such a long-range weapon that you get yourself somebody who's just going to sit in the face. It's extremely important. So let's see. That's a pretty rough road here. Okay. Alright, that dude's already hiding behind the corner, ready to shoot. We're not going to take that. So how much of a shooter are you? Mining 18, alright. But not much of a good shooter. Alright, so... it's really important now that one of my little dudes is going to go into melee. While the other 3 little dudes are going to be shooting. There we go. So this way you deny that dude his ability to shoot himself, and your short-range shooters get the best out of it. So, Hematite, a dirt mole, misandrist, alcohol addiction. Alright, you're out. Don't take any addicts. But that rifle is pretty cool there. Can you take your Mechaniors out on raids? I think so, yeah. As far as I know, a Mechanitor can take his little minions wherever he's going to. So we're repairing that dude. I mean, I wouldn't need to do that manually, but I feel like doing so. So repairs increase crafting. So crafting is an important skill for your Mechanitors. I see. Alright. And there we go. These guys just will recharge casually. Good. Nice. Best part is that I have plundered a bolt-action rifle out of that. Bolt-action rifles are really good. One of my favorite early-game weapons. Sadly, they are not much more than that, early game weapons I mean, but as far as early game weapons go, they are pretty decent. So, there we go. And this is going to be the food storage now. Also, the place where all the fresh corpses can be stored at. And, let's see. Plant matter. Exactly. Here we go. That should do the trick. Repairing your robots is free. You don't need to pay anything for that. You have to pay resources if you resurrect them. Here, resurrect light mechanoid. That's the job that you can go for. This will rebuild the mechanoid that you had without you spending any further money for it. Freckles? No, we're not going to recycle that bolt action rifle. It is on my regular list of things that I recycle, obviously. We're just going to do this like that. Later in the game, I don't need these anymore, and I usually destroy them, and the slurry Pete has gone mad. I thought you'd gone mad. Well, nice try, Randy, but the slurry Pete didn't play along. Okay. Imagine the slurry Pete went berserk and was too lazy to do so. Okay. So I think it's about time to put Freckles on a higher research duty here, because it's just important that I get something done here. Yeah, this free repairing thing is also pretty... I like that a lot too. How often can 30% fail in a row? Man, this have been way more than 4 attempts already. I really don't get it, honestly, why this game doesn't work more with, how's it called, mercy drops. Get what I mean? Like if a percentile chance has failed too many times in a row, you get an automatic success to reflect the nature of randomness correctly. I really don't know why vanilla RimWorld doesn't have that as a feature. This still baffles me a bit, honestly. But it is as it is, as you know. So I know how we're going to make that. We're going to equip that thing. And we're going to equip the auto pistol as a sidearm. So I got a long range and a short range weapon at the same time. I think that's a great idea for longer periods of time. So I'll be right back, my dear friends, because nature's calling, so give me a minute. Alright. Now, let's see how this will play out. I'm basically only waiting for the slurry Pete to get tamed, because once that's been dealt with, I'll be ready to summon me the first boss monster, or, well, let's not call it monster, but the first boss mechanoid, because it's, well, I think it's a shame not to use these boss fights. You only have a limited amount of them. You can only spawn one of them every 2 days. And, you know, I want to get something done there. Speaking about getting something done, I'm going to set up a new area here, so we're going to set up some nice little prison cells in here, and you know, things that you need when you want to extract subcores later from the more unwilling specimen. There we go. Also going to use this hole later as a spot where I'm going to craft all the other mechanoid related stuff. This is supposed to be Freckles' living room, you know, and not her working spot. But at the beginning of a run, I always like to do these things. Alright, time for science, because it's really, these jobs here can be done by the construction robots, no biggie. And I also feel like it's time to toggle down these other jobs a bit as well, because I got a holding robot. I don't need to do all the holding myself at this point anymore. It is okay that Freckles is on a high duty when it comes down to anything mechanoid related, plant related, or mining related. I'm down to that, but oh, basic has to be the highest hell too. And handling and watering, so people don't starve. Damn it. That's not good. But seems like the fire or whatever has happened there has been already dealt with. Alright, great. I expected some flames and stuff, but obviously not. Hey, another failure of 30% chance. What are the chances of failing 30% like 6 or 8 times in a row? Oh well. It is as it is. So these are the days I really need the better power supply for. Oh, you cannot relocate a single thing of these? Okay, I had no clue. I mean, the power banks, I really don't mind that they are not replaceable. But, well, the gestator, sucks to be me, I guess. Whatever, we have a second gestator then in Freckles' bedroom. Ta-ta. I mean, at the end of the day, the high-tech research bench can't be moved away, and maybe Freckles won't live here forever in this room, and she's going to have an apartment somewhere else. Who knows? Okay. Solar power, done. What up next? I don't think that I need any other form of power generation as of yet. The way more important thing would be the multi-analyzer. So let's head on down the road towards machining. I find it very confusing that you don't start with machining with this background, you know? That's a tad bit weird in my opinion. Yes, those little things matter to me. Don't judge. So, there we go. More visitors. Ah, the Shui people are back in town. They love staying here. Alright. Plant pots are doing their thing. Well, one day, I'll have that slurry peat tamed. But not today. Come on, Freckles. I believe in you. She obviously doesn't believe in herself, though. Can't explain it to myself otherwise. This is quite frustrating, but well. The thing is, I need that Slurrypede as a tank for the next bigger thing. But let's crack up the console while we're at it, why not? Yay! I did it! I rock! So, you can train the Slurrypedes to be attackers, and that's what I've been after the whole time. So, let's see. I need a new area here. Rename animals. And we're going to make sure that the Slurrypede ain't going to roam into my fields here. Just very, very important in the first place. Relations. Alright. Good lord. I installed that mod, but it's looking quite overwhelming, so let's wait for it. Wait with it for a second. Yay, Acrahand doing its job. Bit, please. Okay, so once Slurrypede has been fully brought into its job, trained in combat and guarding, we're going to go one step further with our mechanoid plans. Gonna summon the first boss and kick him. A heat wave. Alright, how unpleasant. Well, let's see if a heat wave is killing my freezer. I don't think it'll be enough, but we'll see about that. Summon Diabolus available. Exactly. Exactly what I was after, but not today. Not today. There's lots of uranium around me. I'm frankly surprised about that. Oh yeah, and let's set up... yeah, the tribes people are leaving because of dangerous temperature. You do you. Okay. Yeah, pretty crappy close. So, oh yeah, slave ships and the like. So we could require beacons. I'm really not used to having access to orbital trade that early. Really gotta say, this feels extremely unfamiliar to me, but in a good way. Honestly, in a very, very good way. There we go. So with these little thingies, we make the items available for the orbital trader as well. Basically, without these, the orbital trader can't see that they are there. So, well... let's hold some stuff. The deserter, well... I'm not really down. So pollution will get worse and worse from this point on here. There's going to be spreading pollution. But, well, sometime there in the future I'll be just relaying that. And after a while we'll be, I don't know what we're going to do, freeze those junk packs or stuff like that. Haven't fully thought about that yet. But that's also no problem, I think. So here's the disgusting nutri-paste meals that you can harvest from your Slurrypede. That's where Slurrypedes really grow super cool because, you know, there's just so much power to be taken out of that. Free food, you know? It's just free food. And they don't need too much food for them all by themselves, too. Alright, food situation is no problem anymore. Sadly, I cannot really attack and summon the Diabolus before I got a form of a tank there. I'm too afraid that my little dudes there are going to be dead in no time. Slick joins. So, what's Slick? Ah, nah. We're not going to take a wimp in. Forget about that, man. Wimps are among the least favorable colonists in my humble opinion. Smithing! Let's go for a machining next. I mean, the good news here is I am a very, very self-sufficient outpost here right now, you know? There's really nothing that I need to worry too much about. So, symbol burning. Neat. Probably need a proper ritual spot. So, Freckles, you gotta do something there. Oh, I need cloth for that one too. I see. No biggie. We're going to plant cotton plants in there. So I probably won't be able to make that happen for in the first place. So, alright, you cannot declare yourself the leader. Damn it. I wanted her robots to declare her the leader of this place, but obviously the game is not, it's not okay with my plans. Whatever. A bulk goods trader. That might be actually the solution for my problems. Because bulk goods traders have a pretty high tendency to sell some cloth. So let's see, maybe I'm lucky. Yep, I am. Wonderful. So I'll buy all your cloth, no biggie, man. You'll buy all my disgusting meals? No, you don't? Damn it. I really hoped you did. Whatever. I'll buy that herbal medicine too, because you know it never hurts to have some. And, well... Oh, goats. Good. Alright, that resolved that issue. A shaman merchant. Alright, this is the time of the day to say Diabolus to drop on by, you know? There's just so many suckers around that can't take that problem for me. Alright, so... let's be careful here. Let's see how the AI will handle that. Alright, guys, so... it's Diabolus time. Or it will be any moment. Let's see where that thing will drop pod down. Let's do this. Boring advent of justice. Oh, come on. Don't be so mean. Alright, so does Diabolus not spawn while there's friendlies on the map? It almost feels like that. My experiments for the tutorials, this guy was spawning really, really quickly after a summon. Or there has been a mini patch. But it looks a little bit like I am supposedly, like I should be not able to abuse the visitors like that. Yeah. Lame. Seriously, Tynan, you're getting lame on your old days. Fixing all of our favorite abuses. Alright, so that thing comes with a handful of Militors itself, and the monster itself, too. So the fight isn't that hard. The Militors aren't too strong, and neither is the Diabolus, but it still can blow up in your face quite badly. I'm super happy that I got the bolt-action rifle, though. So, yeah, that thing, the Diabolus has a neutron cannon, So it has the super high range of a regular mechanoid turret. So pretty annoying. Let's see. Am I able to snipe anything here? No, I'm not. Okay. So the Diabolus goes into sniping range, though. Alright. That's just what I want to see. And here you have this mechanic where that thing just likes to go up close and do that thing here. So we're going to fall back with Freckles for a second. So the big monster is no longer aiming at Freckles. You are a little bit too close to that thing. Go. And now, next step, one of the Militors is going to melee that thing. Because that'll shut off the neutron cannon as well. There we go. That should be sufficient to win that. So that's the close-range tactic of that thing. But luckily, if you focus Militors on him, the fire doesn't bother my dudes at all. Hey, there's even rain going down. So we're going to enable ourselves a self-tending now. So Freckles can just take care of our wounds, because I'm pretty sure that my little Militors will be getting that done by themselves. There we go. Like I said, the Diabolus is not really a hard fight at all. The biggest threat is the charge blaster that this thing is carrying with it. But as you saw there, I probably should have sent the Militors in first, so they should have been tanking the first shots instead of her. Poor old Melitor just lost his leg. Alrighty, so there we go. Let's rest up. Let's put the Militors for their rest up deeper into the base and not so away from it. Alright, do I have machining already? No, I don't. Alright. So I'm studying the chip that this thing has dropped, and now I got access to standard mech tech, which will allow me to do some much more crazy things in the future. Fought well, my children. And Freckles deserved some Nutri-Paste. There we go. Nice. So now I just need to research that stuff. So the slurry repeat wasn't necessary at all. That's okay. I'm not too experienced myself with those fights, so I'm a little bit overcautious. But I think 4 Militors are really all it takes. It was very, very useful to have this composition as it is. Okay. Slurry Pete is sleeping in the lab. Rude. Transport pod crash. Adam, a quarry worker, suffering from paralytic aphasia. No. She's just not taking people like that. That's so not fitting to the scenario. I'm not quite sure what kind of person Freckles would really accept at this place, but surely not a certain somebody drop potting down here with paralytic aphasia. I don't think so. No, no. Phalange, the mod list is a work in progress, so I will be working on it soon. So I would get 90 toxic waste bags. No thanks. The thing with the mod list is there's right now a lot of things being reworked and added into, and my mod list right now is a little bit incomplete. But I'll fix that into the description ASAP. Don't worry. Regular thing I do. Okay. Just waiting for Freckles to finish the standard mech-tech technology there, and after that we really need to get machining as well. But I wanted to get the mech-tech in between because, you know, it allows me to build pikemen, which have a much higher range than the stuff I got there right now, and I'm down, you know. Hey, Wild Hyena, yeah, finally RimWorld again. You name it, man. Ringa. So, it's time to whack some Neanderthals. Alright. Me and my little army of Militors. So... quite resilient, gotta say. Holy crap. I mean, the whole idea of this species is that they are really resilient, but I didn't foresee how resilient, you know. But on the other hand, I love my Militors. They are really... what's better than having a small squadron of little shotguns, you know? Sure, there's better things, but it ain't bad. It really ain't bad. You get some really nice free troops there to begin with. So, there's another thing I want, and that's a subcore encoder. I do really need that now. Visitors! I find it very fun that the game is now actively counteracting you to from abusing the Diabolus fight, or no, abusing the visitors. Like, the boss doesn't spawn until, as long as there are friendly allies on the map. That's been a big surprise for me. Big surprise. Because that's a new thing that has never happened in the past of RimWorld, that certain events won't trigger because there's friendlies on the map. I'm not used to stuff like that. Okay, so let's build ourselves a battery again, because we need... And how's the slurrypeed? Oh yeah, slurrypeed is done. So, standard mech tech has been researched. Wonderful. Let's go on over to that. And where is the button that I'm looking for? Follow the master while crafted. Here we go. So now it'll be even easier than the last time. Okay, with the standard mech tech, I should be able to build a large mech gestator, exactly, and also a large mech recharger. But I just figured that the mech rechargers, well, probably we're going to slap them not into the lab itself, but somewhere else, you know. And guess what? I'm out of steel! Crazy enough. In an environment like this, being out of steel, you know, but... let's send Freckles for some mining trip. Well, so far, the Mechanitor feels a lot easier to play than the Sankophage. The Sankophage has a lot of hidden drawbacks that are easy to overlook. That's been my first impression. Whereas here, I feel like I'm quite cruising, you know. So now we're just carving out the steel we need for our little dudes. Don't mind me. Just beautifying this place a little bit. Oh, the Shui people have dropped a present again. Flame bow. Flame bow is a new item from Biotech. It's basically a bow with incendiary arrows included. Pretty cool thing, because it allows you to incinerate stuff a lot earlier, and it's a alternative to the Molotov cocktail. So there we go. Also, we require more components, but that's one thing that I'm really worried most about right now. The components. That's why I'm researching towards machining and the like, because I really feel like it's about time that I go for that as quick as possible. So I do have one signal chip available that I could use for whatever, but I need to put up a machining table first. Sadly, this is not possible while Freckles is busy mining, but we'll be getting there. She ain't a really good miner in the first place either, so it all takes a while. I mean, I could have taken in another colonist a while ago too, but I didn't feel like that. Especially since it was somebody with paralytic aphasia going on, you know. And paralytic aphasia is just a no-no. So I could now summon another Diabolus if I'd wanted to, but I'll refrain from that, because I don't really need the resources right now, and I'd prefer to research machining first, so we would get a dude to help us here. Oh yeah, let's do this. So So let's put that up for colonists. And I bet you're a great miner. No, you're not, but whatever. You will be, because I make you to. Alright, so this way Freckles can now freely do other things. And the Dervwag Neanderthals are attacking us again. Alright, so they both come again just with melee weapons, so good moment to go for some sniping party. Hey Ryan, welcome. Happy to see you, mate. Hope you're having a good day. So let's check on out, are these dudes faster than my character? 3.5, 3.34, and Freckles? Yeah, well, alright. Need to hit that cheetah dude. Colony looks great, thank you, Matt. Thank you. Equip the newbie with a flame bow. Well, we won't need to. The plan is going to be quite simple. We're going to get the other dudes if necessary, or we're just going to let Slurry Pete tank that. Oh yeah, you know what? We're going to leave that job to Slurry Pete. Why not? That's a great idea. Slurry Pete basically is like a mechanoid itself. It can't bleed. It does not really get hindered by pain, and it's a great companion animal. There we go. So we'll now just let a Slurry Pete manage that. I hate it when that happens. Alright. My animal's just ignoring these guys. Alright, then we'll just be ignoring these guys. I mean, the good news, they're slower than me. I got the Militors to run into, so... By the way, if you're asking yourself why I am not using the flame bow on the newbie, that's a simple reason. I'm afraid that this might be a traitor, and therefore I don't want to give these people weapons that I'd be actually regretting. Especially flame bows, you know, they can do a lot of damage to your base, and therefore I'm a little bit skeptical towards the loyalty of this person there. I'm not skeptical towards the loyalty of my mechanoid servitors, though. These guys are really good. I really gotta say, they are really, really good. I didn't expect simple shotgun servitors to be that much of a big deal, but they are. They actually are. And the new guy, or the new lady, is providing steel for the hive. That's awesome. Yay, the large mech recharger, way before we got the other stuff. I should have forced the gestator first. Oh yeah, and never mind, we're going to require a subcore soft scanner as well. Otherwise there's going to be nothing here happening. Alright. The only thing here problematic is still the pollution, but, well, we'll find a way to deal with that, too. Even if it's only freezing those packs. So... I think I'll be not leaving Freckles alone forever, though. It doesn't seem like I'll be able to get everything done here in the colony just with one person and her mechanoids. So, in the long run, she'll get some company here. Alright. Food stockpiles are racking up constantly. I take that as a very, very good sign. That means I'm overproducing food proportionally. And if ever I have too much food, I'll be just selling it away or turning it into a biofuel. No biggie. There's always methods to get rid of too much food. Worst case scenario, sell it to the bulk goods trader. They always buy. Alright. Hope the machining table will be up soon, so we can then dismantle mechanoids as well. And then I'll start farming the Diabolus. Because it's really cool to have a repeatable boss fight that drops a couple of dudes on top of you. I think the Diabolus yields blast steel. Playwin, what's wrong with you? Ratty apparel, man. If you join my ranks, you'll never care about apparel anymore. It's one of the good things of being a Mechanitor. Well, I configured my ideology specifically to that. So next step, multi-analyzer, because that's just where we want to be. And now, as you see there, to gestate a pikeman, I'll be needing blast steel components and the standard subcore. The standard subcore, well, I'm going to use Flaywin for that as soon as she's back with us. Or can I? Temporary faction members not allowed. No. Alright, whatever. Never trust a random person anyways to do that. This scanning process is not lethal or anything. You just feel a little bit shitty afterwards, but whatever. There we go. Also provides you with one subcore to work with. And now we can just state pikemen like that. Except for the lack of steel, but that's something we'll be taken care of in a moment. I got 107 disgusting nutri-paste meals by now. Good lord. What have I done? Betrayal. Well, what a surprise. Not. So, where is she actually? Up there. You called it, yeah, I know. But, she's not gonna get far with that. Boom. That looked like a lethal blow. Well, not really. And that's why you don't give flame bows to the random dudes in the colony. It's just the reason. It's sad, isn't it? Alright, so we're going to let Freckles do some mining then. And that's the reason why she's a recluse. That's why she doesn't want other people around. Well, it's really weird that it's better to expect it, if you know what I mean. Quest for the artifact. I'm not interested right now, thank you. So, time to gestate or burst large mech. So the really annoying thing about that, it requires 2 gestation cycles, so we'll be needing to do that twice. That's also the reason why I start clapping up more large gestators now. Because I know that once you need them, you need really a lot of them. So, let's keep going here, shall we? I think it's about time that Freckles does the mining work more preferably again. Because I obviously don't have a minion for that anymore, and we do need a lot. So, machining table goes on here. And then we'll do more mining. So Freckles is suffering from scanning sickness. Scanning sickness does reduce your stats by 25%, and it's taking a couple of days until it's gone. But well, that's why I usually like to do this to prisoners. But sadly, Playwood didn't volunteer. Ooh, cool. That sounds amazing, Boyd. Dragoncliff was one game that I didn't get into because it felt a little bit too esoteric. You know, typical Chinese gameplay development. But at the same time, I did enjoy my hot minute with it. Let's see how well it'll go in the future. Thanks for the shout-out. I mean, originally today would have been Roguelike Monday, but honestly, I didn't feel like it. Escobar! Freckles' brother! Alright, so we got to rescue that poor fella. How dead is Escobar? Dead in 8 hours. So, let's tend him. And I really wonder whether or not I should capture him so I can forcefully recruit him. Let's capture and forcefully recruit him. Freckles is just weird like that. Come here, brother. Stay with me. Whether you want it or not. I like the idea of that. Alright, it's Escobar. So, I got wardening on a high priority. Let's check it out. You are from the Stoned Party. Alright, dude. So, first of all, we're going to reduce your resistance until you're soft-baked, and then I'm going to convert you. Yeah, thanks, Void. Thanks. Do that. It's a great idea. So, Escobar probably would have joined us voluntarily, but probably also not. And I think good old Freckles, she must be excited to have her brother here. So what up with your brother? So, mining 10, crafting 9, perfect. And the most fun part is, they're both kind. They're both of the same kind. I'm sorry. I'm stopping it now. So, Black Hive attack. Shouldn't you be hostile? So my wife caught that bug today as well, and obviously it's working on my side too. So I need to lower the sun shield more. I'm blinded. Okay, so obviously this needs a fix. They aren't really attacking me. Ooh. It's not like I really want to complain, actually, but you know what I mean. Alright. Oh man, I can't wait for the pikemen to get done. It's going to be so awesome. Alright, so we're going to make it really, really nice and snuggly for our man Escobar. So, let's see. Yeah. Shaped metal plates. Let's do this. Let's beautify this place, so our imprisoned brother will like his stay more. And join me voluntarily. Totally voluntarily. Totally. Ah, RIMWORLD is back, guys. And it's better than ever. Okay, so with the, when the pikeman is fully gestated, we're going to have no more bandwidth open there, so it's full bandwidth for Freckles. Venerated Slurrypede. I need more. As many Slurrypedes as possible, guys. As many of them as possible. So this is going to be a decent room. Come on. Prison cell, of course. Whoopsie. A slight misnomination. A slight misnomination. Alright. I would prefer to do more research right now, but it is as it is, you know. So, Escobar is in still a low mood. Why? He's lying in an excellent steel bed. Oh, he's missing his life. He's missing his high life. Yeah, alright. That's something that I cannot change right now. But apart from that, we'll be fine, you know. We'll be fine with him. Okay. That's just the kind of second colonist you really want to have in your in such a situation. Ooh, spacecraft chunks, valuable stuff, because that's the highest density of components that you could possibly get. And right now, components are one of the things that I lack most, you know. Alright, you sure seem to have quite the intense audio intrusion there. There we go. So Escobar is now fully healed. We're going to make sure that he's going to be one of us. So, large mech gestator is almost through. Here's another thing. So the mech band antenna just requires steel and component. Alright. Not that I'm going to use that anytime too soon, but that's glad to hear. I checked out Uncharted only on a quick glance. The price tag scared me away as usual, but bet you're not surprised about that. Alright, so, my own pikeman, but my own pikeman is going to sleep a while too, you know. So that needle gun comes with 15 damage and a whopping amount of range of 45. The range of that thing is the most amazing part, in my opinion. Alright, that'll take a while until Freckles has converted that guy. But social ain't her strongest side, so she's got to learn something with that too. I appreciate. At the same time, Freckles is learning some mining, I hope. Yeah, she's at mining 5 already. Great. I'm drowning in disgusting nutri-paste meals. Indiana Jones was one of my favorite movies in my childhood. I loved the entire series. And the computer games too, they were pretty good too. So, exotic goods trader, what up there? Oh, they're selling plasteel. Amazing. So I'm going to sell away my own signal chip for some really important things. For one, some gold, so I can buy my, so I can build later the, what's it called again? The multi-analyzer. And I'd love to buy me some more plasteel too, but I don't think that's going to work out too well. Yeah, whatever. Advanced component would be dope too. Let's try to get ourselves at least 2 advanced components as well. Let's see, what can I sell here? Pretty much nothing, hey? Advanced package survival meals, yeah, but it's either advanced components or gold, so we're going to pick up the gold. Although, let's buy more plasteel. I really need that, you know. I do know that I really need that stuff. I don't know how much plasteel I'll need. It could be pretty much 30, but yeah, whatever, we'll see about that. Plasteel, in the worst case, I can still salvage that from the dead mechanoids, so that's something we're able to get ourselves a work around, you know. By the way, trade mechanoid. There we go. Very important. Good source of resources. Shredding down those little minotaurs and whatnot. Goodo. I'd say it's a good moment to start and summon another Diabolus soon. So there, the Diabolus dropped 18 plasteel there. What I've been talking about. Poor little Jasmine. So, if we take care of a caracol, a crystal caracol, we could recruit Ballard. Brawler, nimble, ascetic. Huh. Pretty good dude, man. Pretty good dude. So, 3 folks. Yeah, we'll do that. So, Ballard is going to be the reward. We're going to put up a animal sleeping spot. Alright, that thing is in a good shape, so I don't need to worry about anything in detail. Alright, so we're going to be on 3 people in this colony, and I think that's where I'll leave this colony as well. Wanderer joins Aina, no. I got my brother, thank you. And we're already recruiting some weird random guy. That has to be enough. So... animals aren't allowed in here. Animals aren't allowed in here either. And animals aren't allowed in there. Okay. So there's this black spider that really makes me a tad bit nervous here, so... let's take care of it, I'd say. Right, black spider goes directly into revenge, as it has been expected. But this is not a situation to be in when you want to start a fight, you know. Good. Don't know if this was really necessary or not, but it surely feels better to have that thing at my way. You know, I have an animal that I need to protect, and a certain part of me was a little bit afraid that this thing might hunt my caracal. You know, who knows? I've seen weirder things happen. So, Suhaith, the scavenger, is spawning right next to my Sluripede. Right next to Freckles as well. Holy crapples. Okay. So, luckily, those dudes are almost never really interested in attacking Freckles. To my big surprise, that is. Their genuine interest lies, obviously, in the solar generators and the smashing of these. So let's destroy the cover of that person. And here we go. So, well, usually I would say... oh no, we can't actually. I have that prison cell available. Great. So... oh, never mind. It's already dead, that thing. Oopsie. My bad. I thought I had a wriggler that I could capture there. Too bad. Alrighty. Still quite a slow burn, and Escobar will take quite a while before he's truly one of us. But at the same time, you know, we're getting there, so I really don't care too much. So tell you what, I want to take down the mammoth worm as well, because just like before, I just don't feel too comfortable around that thing. So Freckles is in a shooting frenzy here. That thing is actually going to bleed to death here. Alright. This auto pistol, man. Nothing to laugh at. Alright, here we go. Partially also just because I wanted to have that shooting training and get rid of the bug net. So, everybody here is an auto repair. There we go. So, time to summon another Diabolus, I'd say. Or, well, I'm a little bit insecure, considering that I'm taking care of Escobar and everything. But, on the other hand, I'm really down. Ah, whatever. Well, it's going to be fine. I have everything necessary to, So, 4 Militaurs and 2 Pikemen. Okay, that's a much harder fight than the last time, so no, thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll rather wait until I have more peeps there to do that for me. with me, whatever. Especially want to wait until Escobar is truly on my side. Oh, another transport pod crash. Sammy from the Shui. We're definitely going to take care of Sammy. It's going to receive a sleeping spot just like that. And I do also realize that young traveler hopes for charity. No. Charity is something we don't really do here. Alright. We can rescue him already. Just want to dig a tunnel there, so we don't have to walk 1,000 miles every time. Okay. So, we'll butcher some. Don't regularly do that, but whatever. We're going to sell that stuff sooner or later. At least that's the plan. Yay! Let the toxic waste packs deteriorate. Good. Sammy is going to be able to leave workplace. He's no longer incapable of walking on. Shoo shoo. Alright. I wish I would have already that reward colonist for taking care of the caracal. Comes with a much higher social skill than Freckles, but, well. When you're playing a one-man side, there's always going to be some things where you're not as happy as you'd like it to be, you know. Then there's also the recluse background on top of that, which is especially hard. 9 medicine. 9 units of medicine. Jeez. That's a pretty high number, dude. Okay. So, any wildlife? Sadly none. Animal starvation. Oh. Alright, that's bad. So, probably... Oh, well, you know what? We're going to allow the animals to get into the freezer. Whatever. I have so much food, it doesn't really matter. I just don't want them to eat from the fields, because that's really troublesome. Because then they eat long before the crops are done. Then stuff gets a little bit bad. There we go. So let's deconstruct a couple of these shipwreck parts here, so I get some of those components that I'm lacking there. Finally want to get that second gestator done. It's not like I really need that so terribly badly, but at the same time, if you ever need more than one gestator, it sucks to have to build it first. And you can't just toggle them off when you don't need them. It's true for all the gestators and subcore encoders and the stuff. They eat up power without any good reason. You can easily just turn them off if you have any trouble with power. I here don't have any trouble with power, but with 2 mech gestators, I probably will get problems with power sooner or later. So let's see, machining table. I can craft more stuff for bandwidth now, and I want to. So mech gestation processor. These are amazing. That's where I actually should have spent my signal chip into. But, well, you know, shoulda, coulda. So, another transport pod crash from Riku, whatever. We're not going to make any, So here. So all the good stuff that increases my bandwidth in a meaningful way is linked to the control chips. So we better harvest this some. Okay. The Psychic Drone and Trevino. Well, we don't know anything about this guy called Trevino, so we not. Prioritize chatting. Convert him. There we go. Why on earth has this poor guy to eat raw potatoes? The rescue of Allie. Definitely not. So here goes the headset. For quality, it doesn't really matter. So, got me more bandwidth now. Good-o. So, how about another pikeman? I like the idea of that. Or I'll go for a scyther, or oh boy, never mind. I don't have the necessary plasteel for neither of these projects, so let's calm down. I could instead produce myself some more Militors, but I probably shouldn't. All right, so let's do this. This will be no biggie. Some extra pikeman is not really going to kill me here or anything. Good-o. So let's see. I wonder if these guys will actually actively attack me at some point. We'll try that. Oh, Manhunter pack has arrived. Manhunting aerofleets. So here's the deal. We're going to not leave house here, so let's see how that'll play out. This is an odd situation to be in. Alright, the mechanoids are beginning their assault now, alright. And at the same time, there's this situation here. Alright, I really have no clue what I got myself into and how I should be possibly resolving that. I only know that the aerofleet might come in handy here. Alright, so Freckles is going to stay in here with our task force. And let's see how the aerofleet invasion will play out now. Okay, very, very odd situation there. Nah, can't go out. Okay, that's truly crappy, man. My poor lifter will die here, pretty sure about that. But I really got to wait and see what the man aerofleet and the Diabolus here will do to each other, because seriously, I have no interest whatsoever in fighting both fronts at once. So let's see. There goes my poor planter box. But actually, I think this is the moment we've been waiting for. This is as good as it gets. So here we go. Let's get Freckles out of that. She's the head of the whole operations, and alright, first military down. Too bad. Second military down. That's really bad. Alright. Sucks to be us. Okay, let's see if we can save it this way. Alright. Alright, the small militaries are all dying. The pikemen... the enemy pikemen are really the biggest issue there. Probably next time I'll not be building myself pikemen, but instead a scyther. Because I consider the scyther much more deadly now than the pikemen. I'm pretty sure that I actually lost that fight now, and we're dead as hell. Because there's I mean, sure, this has been mostly about those Aerofleet. You know, if the Aerofleet weren't around, the entire situation wouldn't have been so terrible at the end of the day. But, you know, doesn't matter what the excuses are. Quite sad that this run ends like that, to be honest. Didn't expect it to, but this is the end. There's nothing we can do about that. Too bad. It's really easy to bite off too much much more than you can chew in this mod. So here the enemy militors are totally wrecking this place, and Freckles is already pretty beaten up. There we go, that's that. Okay, that's the end of this stream, but I think that's a pretty okay first impression. I'll be learning out of that, but I don't know, I'm not okay with the fact that the Diabolus gets so much reinforcements and all. That sucks a bit. But I mean, sure, it's been my own mistake. I don't want to be here like that's anybody else to blame than me. But well, unfortunate timing with the Aerofleets. I think this whole fight would have been totally winnable if the Aerofleets wouldn't have bumped me like that, but unforeseeable. Disease infection. So, goodbye. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to see where this will lead. I think I'm going to restart that whole Mechanitor thing just one more time, play a little bit less greedy, and see where this will lead us. So, drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up or a subscription to the channel. It would be really my pleasure. And check out also the support links down there. There's PayPal, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee, and I'd be really delighted if you check them out. Also, a big thanks to all the supporters who are already on board. See you guys all next time.